Hello, and welcome to Dead Man's Yarn, a tale of adventure upon the high seas of the Thousand Islands, a world of discovery, secrets, and adventures. My name is Sci-Fi, and I will be the host to all your sins. Let me introduce you to the brave adventurers joining me on this adventure. Feel free to introduce yourselves and the characters you'll be playing. Let's start with Kerry.
Hi, my name's Kerry, and I'll be playing the Owl Arakocra. Arakoa? Sorry. She's a ranged fighter, and she has been sent out to by her people to find out what is troubling the world, basically.
Thank you very much. Kimmy.
Hello, I'm Kimmy, and I'll be playing Cordelia, a Water Genasi druid.
And Paul.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm playing a half-elf warlock by the name of Trill.
And Tyne.
Hello, I am Tyne, and I am playing a half-orc barbarian named Kai.
So we're going to be playing D&D 5th edition. Thank you for joining us on this little campaign. A few little housekeeping things. We're here to play for fun, tell a story. The rule of cool will always be overtaking the rules as written, but we will be sticking to the rules because we want to show people how to play the game, how to get into it and enjoy playing it. We're going to be going until about 10 o'clock tonight. That's going to be the usual thing. We're going to try and do it every week, depending on schedules, so forth. At the end, I will be hanging around to speak to the chat, answer any questions. But I'm going to get into a little intro, and then we're going to get straight into the game. So, if you're all sitting comfortably.
Yeah.
So let me paint the picture. Our four adventurers have set sail across the Great Sea towards the Thousand Islands. Their destination is Cape Sovereign, the gateway to these new lands, a city built and owned by the McTavish Trading Company. Our heroes are currently aboard the Gilded Lily, a cargo ship owned by the Iliad Freight Company. And after 2 weeks at sea, their journey draws to a close. The voyage, for the most part, has been uneventful. The time has been passed either by helping the crew, playing cards, or sleeping. But just as our heroes begin to think the end is in sight, the heavens answer with an echoing thunder. The Gilded Lily is thrown from side to side as rain hammers against the deck, lightning flashing overhead. The crew do their best to hold the ship steady, and as passengers take refuge below, our heroes are amongst them. It is then that they hear the alarm bell ring from the deck over the rumbles of thunder. Panicked shouts coming from the deck, our heroes rush to see what is happening. Battling against the rocking boat as they go. As they reach the deck, a wave crashes against the hull, sending our four heroes sprawling over the deck and up against the rigging and railings. The rain falling even fiercer as the winds howl in the stormy night. They look out over the seas, barely making out a mass in the raging waters. But then the ship is struck again by an even greater wave, sending it almost toppling over. Our heroes are thrown overboard and into the cold embrace of the sea. The last thing they hear as they leave the deck are the panicked screams. Red wake. Looking up is like seeing a moving oil painting of green and blue hues. The hull of the Gilded Lily an ink blot upon the canvas. And yet as our heroes sink slowly downward, cradled by some unseen force, there isn't any fear. Just a cold creeping into their veins. The lightning flashes once again. There's a glimpse, and now the weight of some monstrous presence. Another crack of thunder muffled by the depths, followed by the lightning arcing across the sky. The same mass sits in the water, huge in comparison to the Gilded Lily. Beneath it stretches out hundreds of tentacles of various sizes and shapes like a jellyfish. They reach down into the murky darkness. With another flash of lightning, the tentacles convulse and flicker red, illuminating the scope of this monstrosity, pulsating like a beating heart. Our heroes drift further away from it all. Each blink of the eye seems like seconds, hours, or even days. They dream of cities lost to the tide, mountains sunk below the seas, forests claimed by the waves, and gods sleeping in the abyss. The gentle lapping of the tide upon the beach awakes our heroes as the warm sun shines overhead, the taste of salt upon their tongues. As they slowly come to their senses, the rapturous songs of birds fill their ears. What unfamiliar shores have they found themselves washed up upon?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least we didn't set the boat on fire.
Do you know what?
It was something else that set it on fire.
I did forget to mention this in the housekeeping bit. We have this little. The players can't see this, but we've got this little tracker which I'm going to embed into the actual story into the stream. We had a test session last week.
Oh yeah.
And we have a counter for unexpected fires, severed
Oh my
toes,
god.
and swearing, which is currently at 0.
Who has the toe? Who has it? Fess up.
I don't think any of us picked it up.
I think it's on fire currently.
That's 2 counts for us then.
Chat, if the sound levels aren't right, please let me know. Obviously, I hope they are. But yes, you have just all awoken upon a desert beach, and it's pretty much you have no idea where you are.
Well, cue an image of a drenched owl. I do that thing that birds do, you know, when they kind of like dogs when they kind of like, what is it, like when they twirl to get all the water off their feathers. And I'm just looking very, very ruffled feathers.
So the scene before you is obviously you're on a sand beach, lovely day. There's a bit of a forest ahead of you, a jungle, sorry, should I say, not a forest. There's a lot of unfamiliar birds and fauna. Further down the beach, to your right, going northward, which you wouldn't know it's north, but I'm just going to tell you it's north. There is a herd of animals which are very unfamiliar to you. They're very large. They look like rhinos, but with weird horns.
Weird horn.
Yeah, so it's all the horns go up and then like branch out like a T.
Oh.
Oh.
To the other direction, in the distance, you can see a port.
Oh, that's fortunate. At least
I
we're not
know.
completely abandoned.
So is it just the 4 of us?
Yes.
I've washed up, right, yeah.
Is there no
the-
wreckage of the ship or anything at all?
Nope.
Well, at least
Two
we've
right
got some
hands,
familiar
right
faces. Sorry?
Yeah, can we do like a perception check if we've got all of our stuff on us? We didn't lose anything in the ocean.
I'm going to tell you that you have your clothes on your back and the gold in your pocket, and that is all you have.
Oof.
So what happened to my painting?
No!
Well, were you carrying it onto the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it is still on the boat, wherever the boat may be.
Oh, no. I had plans.
You didn't even look
Our
at it.
spoils.
I mean, we would have over the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We won't be able to recognize it because we don't know what
I
it
know,
looks
I don't even know what it is. Okay.
That's my painting. Are you sure? No.
Trill's just going to go after every painting now.
I am going to move you guys off the holding screen onto this screen. So, from natural perception, you can pretty much see. Obviously, down south is the town, and there's a mountain range peeking over the top of the canopy of trees, and of course there's just the sand in every direction.
Well, I think it'd be smart to head to town because I don't like being without anything on me.
It's true. We should get supplies and food.
Yeah,
And a means to defend ourselves.
good thinking, Trill.
So it's not a large distance away. Obviously, there's those creatures to further down the beach. They're obviously not a good idea to go say hello to them right now.
Well, I mean, I have speak
But
with
now that
animals.
you mention it,
Before you make any decisions, I will quickly send a picture to you guys what these creatures look like, because they are based on an actual prehistoric creature.
Ooh.
I think we've got an idea what they look like because I think they're in Ice Age, aren't they?
Yeah, they might be, but they
oh,
Oh, those
yeah.
are cute.
they're actually known for swimming between islands.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
chat has no idea what I'm talking about because I didn't share it.
It does
um,
look like a weird rhino.
Like, yeah, it's like a rhino with like a big monkey peanut on its nose.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
oh.
Your new name is Monkey Peanut Rhino.
Badge of honor.
I suppose it's better
It's
than
like
a black eye.
it's like in the first Ice Age movie, when they're all like migrating, weren't there those like kind of rhinoceroses that kind of bullied Sid a bit?
Yeah, about the dandelions, the last dandelion
Oh,
flower.
the Dan.
So it's
Just the mother.
a weird bit of tidbit about these creatures. They can't see straight forward. Evolution screwed them over.
Oh. So they're not predators.
Possibly.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you guys don't know that, but these ones in history, that's their thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to zoom in on the map so the people at home can see. So, would you like to head to town or port or?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So it's a very basic looking town. It's got most of the structures are wooden. There are a few stone ones, which seem to be like defences around the actual settlement. There also seems to be a larger stone complex further into town, up on like a bit of a rise, like a hill. The port isn't actually in the sea; it's in a inlet, like a river leading out. As you guys begin to walk into the town, majority of the locals are they're mostly human. There's a few other races out there, like Leonin. There's a couple of tiefling. Pretty much majority of things that you'd expect to find, but they are all sort of looking at you. After a while, you notice that although you are wearing your clothes, they're not in the best nick, because obviously you've been in the sea for quite a while, so they're quite salt encrusted.
My poor wings.
I would assume that you've shaken off the majority of the salt from yourself. But you're not too far into the town. You're pretty much on like one of what seems to be like a roughly cobbled street, so into like the heart of the port, when you hear a voice from behind. By the Empire, what on earth are you meant to be?
I turn my head 360. No, sorry, 180. I know I can do 360, but that's just showing off, so I do 180.
Are the rest of you turning around, or are you?
Yeah.
They also try to turn their head 180.
It doesn't work very well.
I now need to move you onto another screen so I can show you the gadget.
Okay.
So there's a gentleman in a steel chest plate, and he's got like a uniform underneath, and he's pretty much got that same expression in the art on his face. I feel like he's captured that facial expression perfectly. He hasn't got his sword drawn, but he looks very important, and there are two guards next to him in a similar sort of uniform, but without the metal chest piece. The colours are mostly purple, with a few like golden accents.
making notes.
Yeah.
Making notes. Should probably make notes too.
Hello there, I'm afraid we've come under some bad fortune. We've wrecked nearby. Who might you be?
My name is Allburn, and I am the captain of the guard in this port. Did you say that you've just washed up upon these shores?
Yep.
Afraid so.
We ended up north.
Guards. The two guards, they unholster their rifles off their shoulder and make sure that they're loaded. You will escort me to the governor at once.
Okay.
Where are we?
He sort of looks at you with a bit of a puzzled look. I suppose if you didn't arrive here by ship, you wouldn't really know. This is the port of Kurttung.
Did we know where we were heading if we hadn't crashed?
Yes,
What
Cape-
was the name of the place? Sorry?
Cape Sovereign.
Cape Sovereign.
It's actually all. You've still got your writs of transit. I probably should point
They're
that
not
out.
wrecked
They
from the
are.
water.
They probably aren't in the best of nick, but you still have them.
Okay.
Now, are you going to accompany me or not?
Lead the way, good fella. Lead the way.
So he walks through. Well, he doesn't barge through you, but he walks in between you and starts walking off, and the two guards behind you has their rifles to the ready, but they're not aggressively pointing them at you or anything. They're just holding them across their body. And one of them sort of nudges his gun to get you to start following the captain.
I'll fall in line. I won't cause any issue.
I'll twist my head back around and start following the dude.
Yeah, I'll just follow quietly. I don't like guns that much.
You're going to like them even less. So he starts leading you along the streets. Again, the majority of the locals are looking at you a bit of a bizarre look. One or two of them are a bit more concerned than anything else. I think more to the armed guards escorting you through the streets. He leads you up towards the complex on the hill. And I keep having to bounce between screens, but I suppose that's not too much of a problem. So he leads you up to... He leads you up to a very large walled complex, and in the complex there's a mansion, sort of like a governor's house, like you're expected to see in colonial times. But as you approach, there's the sounds of music and festivities. You enter into a courtyard, which you should be able to see me making a little circle. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people. There's a party going on, or it seems to be lots of people in finery, servants moving in between them, and there's a number of guards in here as well, overseeing the festivities. I should have really populated this with tokens, but I don't expect you to start a fight with them.
We can use our imaginations.
The theatre of the mind.
Yes, exactly.
Up here, if you can see that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a raised up platform, and there is a very large man laid out on a futon couch sort of thing. He has somebody feeding him grapes. He is a particularly large person, and he's wearing, again, finery, but it's the same colours as the guards are wearing. You also notice that majority of the party goers are armed as well, just to dissuade you further. Allburn leads you up and then sort of signals for you to get into a line in front of this person. If I quickly shift back over to this screen, There we go.
Ah, him.
As I said, a very portly gentleman. Who's majority of the party goers, they give you a quick look, but then just go back to their frolicking. And this person doesn't even bother to acknowledge your entrance.
So we line up in front of him and...
Yep, and the two guards they flank either side of you. But there is the gentleman on his little sofa being fed by a servant. Governor, I have just found these four entering the town. Oh, don't you see I'm busy entertaining? Governor, I fear this requires your attention. I believe them all to be awakened.
Awaken.
I mean, we are awake, I think.
I know, it kind of feels like a dream.
First roll of the campaign. All of you do me a history check, please.
Oh, stop.
Oh boy.
Let's do this. So,
Is my history check.
That was 12 from Kai.
that was a 7 from Artemia.
Yep.
A 13 for me.
11.
So I actually set the DC a bit high for this one. I expected at least one of you to get it, but none of you did.
We're dumb. Please be kind to us.
None of you know what So the term is waken, so you don't have a clue what a waken is.
Can we just... Sir, what do you mean when you call us awaken?
Who are you directing your question to, the captain or the guy on the platform? Oh, the governor.
Who said it? Was it the captain?
It was the captain.
Yeah, can I direct it to the captain? He seems more likely to talk to us.
The captain sort of turns to you and looks you up and down. Awaken is somebody touched by the sea. And they're nothing but a nuisance. If not a catastrophe waiting to happen.
As an airfolk, I feel slightly insulted by this. I can only be touched by one element, thank you.
I kind of look at my skin.
Yeah, you're literally a water person.
Yep.
The captain sort of raises his hand and presses his temple and like, touched by the sea is not the same as an element, you buffoons. Do you see what I mean, Governor? Oh, they're disrupting the room and the whole vibe of this. Get rid of them. Actually, how about a bit of entertainment?
No.
I don't like the sound of that.
Not at
Kind
all.
of entertainment.
What's that thing the locals used to do? That gruesome, horrid thing.
Uh-oh.
The midnight thing. And the captain presses his temples even harder. A moonlit walk, sir.
Oh,
That sounds
sounds
quite
great.
nice, actually.
I like the night sky, so I'm down with this.
He pulls his hand away and looks at all of you. And we would have to wait for a full moon, I'm afraid, sir, which is 3 days away.
Well, that's great, because we're actually pretty tired. We've just been in a shipwreck. We're a mess. We need somewhere to rest, if that's possible.
The governor sort of like waves his servant away. A shipwreck, you say?
Have you heard of the ship, the Gilded Lily? I don't think it was meant to come through here, but that was the ship we were on when it was in a storm, I think.
And
Attacks, maybe?
And where exactly were you heading then?
We were en route to Cape Sovereign.
That's a good one. That's 300 miles away.
Well, we did wreck, so obviously we didn't make it.
I hold out my my soggy writ.
The
So
captain,
shake it off.
the captain sort of like takes it out of your hand. They are telling the truth, Governor. But this writ was dated 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
Hey,
I give an excited whoo.
Oh, they're obviously stole it from a dead body. As I said, I've had enough of them.
3 weeks.
Take them away.
Are we particularly hungry right now if it's been 3 weeks?
That's the last thing on your mind right now.
Okay.
Maybe we, like, while we're in the sea, fish just swam into our gullets and we ate them.
Oh, you mean like those whales?
Yeah.
So guys, can you pop your character tokens in these cells, please?
Oh, okay.
There's cells.
Obviously the captain and the guards lead you over there, so there's a little bit of time before you reach it. But
I can figure out how to move my thing again.
Oh, it's
Where am I?
Which cell is it? These ones?
these ones, please.
Oh, I'm zoomed out, that's why I can't see.
Same.
There
I
it
don't
is.
want to be the one with a
Your,
body.
your tokens are... Okay, you know what? Stop moving them. I'll move them.
Oops.
Trill, you're on the map twice as well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Get rid of that.
Trill
I've done it. I've done it.
multiplied at the surprising news.
Tyne, do you still need me to do it?
Yes, please.
There you
Thank you, Simon.
go. So you're led in there by the guards, and I've just realised that skeleton is massive. Oh well.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to ask about.
It is just a normal skeleton, but you are... I don't know how to put it. You're seeing it through a lens. So you're taken to the cells. Obviously, that there is a bit of time, so you can ask the captain something on the way there if you want.
Do I, can I ask, is this usually what happens to new arrivals to your lovely town?
Only Waken. Although I'm
Does
not.
that happen often?
No, you're a rarity, thankfully.
How can you tell that we're waken? Is there a mark? I can't see anything different.
Usually, it's those who wash up after shipwrecks on the beach, which, correct me if I am wrong, includes all 4 of you.
We're just unfortunate souls. Like,
Poor
we're
unfortunate
lucky to be
soul.
alive, to be honest.
It could have anything to do with Red Wake.
What was that?
Well, when we were getting shipwrecked, the ship was getting tossed side to side to side to side, and I heard someone shout out, "Red Wake!" And I've never really heard that before, I don't think. I don't think I have.
Roll me a persuasion check.
No.
Yeah.
16.
Ooh, nice.
So he believes you. He actually stops the guards and you in your tracks and like looks at you dead in the eye and goes, "That is a folk tale. You'd be better off not repeating it."
Oh. But it happened to us, so it's not a folk tale.
I don't know why you've come to this island. By the gods, they probably don't even know either. But you've caused problems by arriving right now. And he carries on towards the cells. He arrives into the cells, and there is I can't find a better character, but there's a guy sat in the chair there, and he's sort of got his legs up on the table. He sort of like shoots you all dirty looks as you come in. He's a scruffy-looking bloke, not particularly clean-shaven, ginger hair, and quite a few stains on his shirt. A very pleasant young person. The guards sort of funnel you into these cells and lock the doors, and The captain gives you one last look over.
Please don't do this. We can, as long as we get maybe some ship, we can be out of this place in no time if that's really what you want.
Can the problems you were going through really be worse than being shipwrecked in a place you don't recognize?
Are you aware of what a moonlit walk is?
Walk under the stars?
I think your description's going to be different.
A walk under the moon.
As the governor stated, or he's very excited about, which worries me the most, it's an execution. It's how the locals dealt with their unsavoury. They're murderers, they're thieves, that sort.
Well, none of those are us.
I don't think the governor cares.
Will the governor care if we just vanished? We could just leave.
With that, he turns and leaves the room.
Yeah.
So now you're both locked in these. There's two in one cell and two in the other cell, but you're pretty much locked in there currently.
Right. Well, first things first, I hate looking and feeling like this. Everyone get close to the bars, and I cast prestidigitation on everybody and clean us up.
Bless you.
Get all the sand and salt off of us. A bit more presentable. Maybe he'll actually listen to us next time.
With that, the man that was on the desk walks around and kicks the bars.
Oh.
He's currently scratching his head with one hand, and his other hand is scratching his unmentionables. And he's like, I had the easiest job in here, and then you four. Nothing but bloody noise from now on, isn't it?
Possibly.
Well, we do have quite a lot to talk about, unfortunately.
Well, you're not doing it in here, are you? Because if you carry on, I'll come in there and...
Would you know, sir?
Well,
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, really?
I think he has the keys, probably, though.
He reaches behind him and pulls out a pistol.
Oh.
And he's like, you want to bloody see me try? I don't think the governor will mind too much with another dead body in here, really, now would he? And he sort of points towards the skeleton in the other cell.
I'm not too surprised that someone like you would pull a pistol when we're bare-armed.
Do you know who else says that?
Is he going to point to the dead body again?
That's what I thought. He starts walking back towards his table, but as he gets a few steps, he sort of turns as the door into the cells reopens. The captain starts walking back down the stairs, and he's like, "Oh, Captain, I didn't expect you to be back so quickly. I want a moment with the prisoners. How about you take a walk?" I don't think the governor would be too happy with that. You just hear like a jingle of coins. And, oh, well, right you are, Captain. I think I need some fresh air after all. And the jailer leaves up the stairs. At this point, you can't actually see you can you heard him and you recognise the voice, but the captain walks back round.
Changed your mind?
Hello again.
Did you miss us?
I suppose that's one way of putting it. As I said, the four of you arriving has caused a problem. And
What's the problem? Maybe we can solve it.
a number of diplomats have arrived upon these shores to visit the governor. And they've all disappeared. I'm not willing to have more people die while I'm the captain here when they don't need to.
Have people been dying a lot recently?
I'm terribly sorry. Is there still salt in your ears?
Actually, no, I fixed that.
Then why are you not listening? People have disappeared. Do you think they just went for a stroll and never came back?
Is this island particularly dangerous in the less inhabited places?
The hand returns to the temple, squeezing. I will spell it out for you all, even though it is quite literally none of your business. They arrive. They enter the governor's mansion. They don't come out. They arrive as guests, and then they're never seen again.
Do you think the governor ate them?
That would make sense.
I wish I could prove that was the case.
Oh.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure than ousting that layabout.
Is he the one giving you all those headaches?
One of many. One of many.
Do you I mean, with diplomats missing, surely the nations that they've come from will notice. Surely the count wouldn't, like, would he very much risk becoming enemies with probably nations bigger than his?
I suppose you're not really up to date with the carries on with the political structure of the Thousand Islands. This
Well,
port,
really not.
this port belongs to the Empire. The governor is a servant of the Empire, much like myself. So, upsetting nations is upsetting at the Empire.
So, say we help you figure out what happened to these diplomats.
I would
Would
much rather take you up on your offer of getting you off this island, because you are still Waken. And
Oh,
wherever you go, let's just leave it at that.
May I ask that when these diplomats came over, did the Count have any, like, rapid change of personality, maybe?
Personality? No, he's always been a lazy git. Sailing through life on his silver spoon.
Anything otherwise
Look,
changed?
the jailer will be back soon, and I need to get you out of here before he comes back. I believe he is one of the muscle for the governor. So the sooner we get out of here and away from him, the better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
We can try and find somewhere safer to speak.
Well, then let us make haste.
Oakley dokley. So the governor,
Imagine the
I prefer that guy. Can we keep him?
well, Ned Flanders, yeah. I will now make an NPC just for you. That is literally Ned Flanders.
Thank you.
Have you accepted the guard and savior in Charlotte? And he's just wearing a ski suit, so you can all look at his butt.
like, nothing at all.
Damn sexy Flanders. So the captain walks over to the desk and into the drawers and pulls out some keys and walks back over and opens the gate for you. He then walks to this little room here and unlocks the door there as well, and he goes, "You're all very underdressed, shall I say?"
It's my favourite coat, actually. Thank you.
"I meant your weapons, you buffoon."
You could have just said weapons.
I like to show a bit of decorum, which I suppose is lost on all of you. Anyway, this is where we keep all the contraband, everything that's confiscated. I'm sure you'll find anything that you need.
Okay.
Collect all your
Right,
starting
yeah.
equipment
Be fine.
all the time. Your character, Kai, Tia,
Yeah. Kai.
you suddenly find a very ornate weapon that looks like your ancestors.
Oh,
Sweet.
So essentially, any of your starting equipment, which I said you don't have, you find it here. So now you're pretty much up.
Huzzah!
Inside as well, you do find a map of the island.
that'll be useful.
A number of trinkets and vials, which look like they could be used for spell components. Like anything that you need for spell components are there. There is also a flintlock pistol and a bag of 20 rounds.
Well, I'll take that then, shall I? I am of course joking. I have no idea how to use a gun.
None of you do.
No, sweet.
I kind of have built-in range.
Yeah.
So one of you are more than welcome to take that.
I might wait until I find a rifle. I am more comfortable shooting from afar, but for now I'm quite happy with the longbow.
I mean, I could use it as a club, but
You could
Well,
actually.
the bow of a pistol's pretty hard, yeah.
Is it a map of this island or all the islands, did you say? Sorry.
The map of this island,
Okay.
which you have already actually seen because it's actually on here. We'll show you in a second.
Okay.
There is actually a spoiler I really want to tell you guys as well.
no.
Ooh.
So there is a NPC that you might meet soon, or well, within this session or the next session. And do you know what his hit modifier is for using a pistol?
What?
Plus 10.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Wow.
Good to know.
And it's alright, you don't have to give him a pistol because he's already got two.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice. Well, we're recruiting him one way or another.
But yeah, there is something else as well, but I'll show you that when you get off the island. But yeah, so you gear up, you get everything that you need. You go through to see if there's anything else really worth, but it's all like just duplicates of weapons you've already got, or weapons that aren't really worth a grain of salt. And just like really horrid clothes or some drugs. Do you want some drugs?
It might be useful.
It might at some point.
Well, I'll say you find a vial of white liquid, and it sort of like glistens a little bit.
Okay. I'll make a note.
Sorry?
I'll make a note of that.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but if I found a vial of white liquid, I wouldn't think it was drugs.
It's sparkly white liquid.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh, pretty.
Okay.
What is this over here?
It's a rucksack on the floor. I was hoping you wouldn't notice it,
Oh,
but you have. So you're more than welcome to go look at it.
I want to go look at it. Is there anything cool in it?
To be fair, I'll say your natural perception found it. So literally, it is the jailer's bag. Inside there is a bag of 50 silver pieces,
Ooh,
a bottle of rum,
ooh.
and
Better.
his pack lunch. So ration.
Well, I want the lunch.
And it has a little note on it saying, "Love, Mom."
No, it's actually got a note saying, "I bloody hate prisoners that are too noisy."
Oh, I'm definitely taking that then. the
You're not
lunch.
going to take a man's pack lunch, are you?
Is he a man? Is he really?
We
He tried to
apparently.
shoot me when I was unarmed and in a prison cell.
I
You
don't
might
know
just
about
be
you
having a
guys,
bad day.
but the moment I see the lunch, I realize just how hungry I am.
So somebody in the chat has just asked what he brought for lunch. He brought a fish sandwich
Yeah.
Okay.
and some prepared vegetables. So like stewed vegetables.
Yeah, I want those.
So are you just taking the entire bag?
I'll take the lunch and maybe like half the silver. I don't want to make him like hate us even more.
I'm going to steal from you, but I have
That's not
principles.
generous.
Sorry?
You don't eat at room temperature fish.
Oh.
I mean veggies.
So I will answer your question at the end of the stream if you hang around. Sorry, that was somebody in the chat. So you're taking 25 of the silver.
Yeah.
Anybody else taking the rest of the silver?
Nope.
No.
I literally have nothing.
You do have your starting gold and that.
No, I don't.
Did you spend it all?
And when I did my character, it said I could pick gold or equipment.
But every class or like backstory like has a starting gold. We'll sort that out after. But for now, take the 25 silver.
I will.
Are you taking any of the food?
I think we can find better food at the nearby tavern.
And the bottle of rum.
I'll take that.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, you take that. I took the silver, you can take the rum.
And are you ready to head out?
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing else here for us.
Okay, I'm saying this now because I'm not going to let you come back in this room. So, it was a free bag. You could have taken the free bag to put more stuff in.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And literally, I would have taken the food and just thrown it in a bush.
Morally, that is wrong to steal a man's lunch. He's going to be even grumpier now.
He was going to shoot you through the bars of a prison.
Who's
Yeah,
it going to
but
be
even
mean to? There's
grumpy.
already just a skeleton in the room.
Wait, so have we left the room then, or?
Yes.
Okay, so we didn't get the bag. All right.
I've got a bag, it's fine.
So, rather than you guys all moving your tokens with me, if you follow me moving the captain's token.
Okay.
So he's going to get to the top of the stairs, and he's going to look around, and then he'll like signal for you to follow. Can you roll me stealth checks, please?
Where is?
Oh, no.
Oh, yay.
Oh, that was really bad.
It's okay, we did good. We'll make it.
You guys can cover for me?
So, the captain sort of like stops you and he goes, "We need to make it to the north of the compound and out the back. There's a shack on the edge of the town where we'll be able to discuss matters further."
Okay.
Shit.
Lead the way.
So he gets to about here with you all close behind, and he looks about to see if there's any guards or any patrols. Some pass here, but they don't notice anything's about because they're also terrible at perceiving that you're about. Stealth check again, please, as you make a move forward.
That's right.
Is that a one? No, natural 20.
Wait.
You are invisible.
So you make it up to this corner here, and there's a guard stood at the door here, but he's not looking towards you. And there is a guard stood here. You know what? I could actually put counters on. That would massively help, really, wouldn't it? A male with a stick. There you go. There's the guard now.
Male stick.
He's literally got a stick in his hand.
Like a stick, like off a tree?
Can you see the token I just put down?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm zoomed out.
Yeah, if you zoom in, he literally has a stick.
Oh, yeah, that's a tiny.
Amazing.
It is a branch.
I think we could take these gods.
The captain stops you and he goes, "We have to pass the barracks to get to the door. I expect you all to show some decorum."
Well, act like we belong here. Yes.
I can't spell that word, so yes.
I straighten my posture and throw my shoulders back and raise my chin.
I copy Trill.
Is it like this?
I I do the same, but then I realize that my hulking 6'8", my 6'8" figure might draw attention, so I slouch back down.
All of you try and blend in. I know that might be harder for some than others. He sort of ducks down and then darts across the way. I've already rolled for him. The guard here doesn't even notice, so the rest of you can follow to the other side as well.
Okay.
You get up to about here, and there's this guard here, who is also blind as a bat, or obviously enjoying the party, because the party's still going on at this point, so there's a lot of like revelers out there. So he darts across. So here is the barracks, and here's back into the actual main court.
Oh, yeah.
The captain gets up to the door and gets his keys, gets some keys out, and give me a moment. I keep forgetting which one it is. All of you hug the wall to try and keep your presence low. I'm going to ask you to roll me, because I want you to see if you can hear the people in the party. I guess it'd be perception again.
Oh dear. That's a solid plus nothing.
Plus nothing.
17.
A 9.
Perception.
I've got such a high perception modifier, but not rolling well.
Oh, yo.
I got
Blind
17.
as a bat too.
Okay, so Cordelia, Trill, and Artemia, you're far too fascinated with the captain doing his little thing. Tiny,
I keep
Keys.
suggesting other keys.
Yeah. I keep calling you Tiny because that's what your name is down at the bottom, and
Yeah.
I know you as Tiny.
Yeah.
Kai overhears some of the party goers.
Ooh.
Did you hear about Port Anders on the north of the island? Oh no, what's happened? The entire town just up and left. Nobody has any idea where they went. What's the fishing port to the north? Well, they won't be missed. They're only commoners. I hear the governor's guest has something to do with it. You know, the one that doesn't come out in the sunlight. Oh, shh. It's good to gossip, but not about the governor. With that, the captain gets the door open. And you're into the wilderness.
Huzzah!
Yeah, please.
So I'll move you back onto this map. So for future reference, you see how there's this little oh, I'm getting echo off somebody. No. On here, there's a little dragon head.
Yep.
Now and again, there will be symbols next to ports, like buildings and cities and stuff like that, which will show you who owns it.
Oh, I see.
So the dragon is the Empire. So the Empire own this port.
Okay.
To the north of the island, because you have a map of the island now, so you're literally looking at this map. There's this.
Okay.
There's this up here. This is Port Anders. The captain leads you out, and there's like a few orchards, like a few outbuildings, stuff like that, behind the governor's residence, and he leads you through one of the orchards, which is like an apple orchard, and into this building at the edge of the governor's residence. It looks like a store shed. There's a few like empty sacks and a few like farmer's tools, but there's nobody else about. He's pretty confident because obviously all the servants are currently helping with the party, so there's nobody actually outside. Of course, he's led you here, but you can all just do a runner now if you so decide.
I mean,
I want to ask him, like, so what is really going on?
You really think if I knew that, I would be bothering letting you four escape?
as we have the map open and we're looking at it, sort of planning our attack, I point at the port up ahead and go, "Is that Port Anders?" And then I repeat the entire conversation that I overheard.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. An unfortunate carry on. Another problem that I have to deal with. But hopefully the four of you can get there and find a boat off this island.
Who's the governor's son like this friend?
Damien.
Ooh.
He's been here for a long while, but he's just a nuisance. Beyond that, I don't know too much. He keeps to himself, and the governor holds him in high regard, listens to his advice more than mine.
Have people only been disappearing inside the mansion since Damien arrived?
No, actually. It's been happening since before he arrived.
How long has it been going on?
I'm terribly sorry, but I haven't exactly been keeping a diary of all the missing bodies.
Maybe that's why you're not finding them, paying more attention.
Shoots you a dirty look.
Damn. What really?
I suddenly don't feel like helping any of you.
This.
Sorry, I've had a bad day.
Try
I mean,
bad
apparently we
15
can
years.
Alright, we can keep comparing bad days and your life, or we can get down to business. And we can try and help you with the missing people, as long as we get off the island at the end of it.
We do owe you.
Yeah, we do kind of owe you.
Tech issues. First stream, it's fine. We haven't set anything on fire, it's brilliant.
I'm getting antsy.
I'm sorry, you guys. I can work on that. Give me something to set on fire.
Just throw a little fire into the court.
You are currently in a wooden building, and
This is what happened last time.
there is a jungle behind the building, so
Plant life and wood. No fire.
you're all endangered when I'm about. So, where was it? I want all of you to head to Port Anders. I will gather up some of the local leaders and I will meet you there. And together we can discuss what can be done.